नमस्कार, जय भारत, नमस्कार आप सबको। गुड मॉर्निंग टू एवरीबॉडी। आपके पास दोबारा बैक टू यू अगेन फॉर फर्दर डिस्कशंस on constitution of this country, Bharat, India, and other issues, current issues which are very significant for time being. Every time, every country has significant issues, and we too have. We are no different. Our country, Bharat, a powerful nation, of course, powerful in sense of various parameters, not just country, but people. We have preambles of constitution, we have articles, we have fundamental rights and fundamental duties. We all know that, and you must be knowing that. I'm not going back to talk about that because I have talked a lot on that. Constitution of India is there, our everything is there, and if we cannot understand even after that lengthy discussions, we can never understand. If people cannot grasp what I explained to you in so many videos, then I think there's no use at all to talk to you people about that. If you cannot understand, or if you have no intention to understand that, that's up to you. You are at free. You are free of yourself. You are free for yourself. It's your destiny. Each of you. It's your. You can say term to understand. If you don't understand that, no one can force you to understand. You're educated people. I'm talking to all those people who can understand it right and well-educated people. If they cannot understand, no one can. Just like you, if a professor taught to you and you could not pick up, that's your problem. A professor's problem. I'm not professor, I'm just referring to that. Constitution is there, available, information available. I just advised you, I just suggested to you all that it can help you, and if you don't want to be helped, even God cannot help you. This was saying, if you help yourself, God helps you. If you don't help yourself, then no one can help you. Of course, you can lose something out of it. Well, it's your choice, your prerogative. You want to say, you want to get or not, up to you. Decide not to decide. But I'm going to something else about that. I'll talk about constitution after this later on, after the 50 files. Now I'm saying that issue is, current issue is very burning issue is Jammu and Kashmir and Ravidas temple. These are very big burning issues currently, and unfortunately the Jammu and Kashmir issue has brought us to a location which is not acceptable to me, or you can say which is not a very attractive location, or you can say pleasing location or pleasing point where you are standing. I'm not against something and I'm also for something. I consider, and you have to consider, this part of J&K in our country, Bharat, it's about more than 1.2 crore people are part of 135 crore total people of our country. They are not separate. They cannot be separate until they stay with us. And they have to stay with us. But we have to keep them. It is a responsibility of, you can say, major population to keep smaller population safe. So we are responsible for their good or bad. If you want to keep them good, it's fine, and if you want to keep good, bad, it's up to you. You have no right to demoralize people in such a vast population is around 1 crore. They are 1 crore people, and our responsibility it was. Did we do our responsibility? We have to analyze this. If we simply say Jammu and Kashmir is Jammu and Kashmir, or whatever you change it into different territories and different whatever, that's a different issue. Question is, what treatment we do to our people for this purpose of 370, which is named in, though it's wrong. It's not simple 370 that you're talking of. You're talking of future of people. You're talking of existence of people. You're talking of their destiny. And who are you to decide about their destiny? Question is that. If you cannot force someone to accept something which you want, you intend to that he should accept. No one, you cannot force someone. But we have forced that. They came to us long back, about 70 years back. We welcomed them, we accepted them, they were our part. But can we beat our part? Can we kill our part? Can we kill people in Tamil Nadu? Or can you treat same way people of Maharashtra? Can you treat same way people of some other state? Can you treat same way people of Assam? That is the question. We have treated some people of this country, which are our heart and our mind, in a way that as if they are our slaves. Even slaves cannot be treated like that. Yes, you change some law. Okay, fine, you change some law. It's your prerogative, your right. But you cannot simply say, because I am changing, you have to accept it. You change law, I don't accept that, what to do? I don't accept, that's my headache. It applies on, I'll face all troubles on that. I'll face all troubles coming from that. No problem, I can digest that. But I don't accept something you say until I get benefit. If I miss my benefit, that's my loss. So you cannot force me to accept something. What happened here? Just for example, I wrote a mail to Election Commission yesterday. I wrote a mail to him that I am not going to accept your EVM voting system. I will not vote. It's my choice. I clearly declared in that mail, I am not going to cast my vote until this EVM exists. It's my prerogative. Yes, it is a right, but to avail right or to reject right, that's my outlook. You cannot force me. If you say no, you have to vote according to EVM, you have to vote on EVM machine. No, I don't accept. I will not finish. It's my right. I don't exercise that right. You are insulting me. I am not having any surety of this machine. Why do you want to force me to accept this machine? I condemn this machine. I condemn your decision. I condemn decisions of authority, including Supreme Court of India. I condemn all. I don't accept that. What shall you do against me? Shall you kill me? Under what article of Constitution of India and under what right shall you kill me? You have no right at all. I condemn you, that's it. I condemn your authority, what to do? I don't accept your authority as a election commissioner. I don't accept authority of all other authorities in India. I don't accept them. As far as EVM is concerned, I want ballot box. If you cannot provide a box, I will not vote. That's my choice. Same thing I'm saying. You cannot force people of some country. Yes, I will ask you also. I will request you also. Appeal to you all people. You also write to election commissioners. So it's your choice. You are voting. Election Commission is not voting. You are voting. Supreme Court is not voting. You are voting. No other person is voting. You are voting. It's your right, your prerogative. You have to decide how you want to vote. It's not hell with the election commissioner that to decide. No, who is he? He is my clerk. I am paying him high-profile clerk, nothing else. He has to serve me to manage this system, electoral system. He is not my boss. He is not my master that he will decide how to. I don't want to vote on EVM. Who are you to decide that? I don't have trust. That's it. I want to see where. You show me where my vote is gone. Can EVM prove that where our vote is gone? When on ballot, I know that my vote has gone. So this is my problem. And your solution you have to give. But you are not able to give solution. So you are no more election commissioner. If authorities who are included within constitution like election commissioner and Supreme Court of this country, they are unable to provide solution to me, what's the purpose of this authority to this extent? There is no purpose. You can't satisfy me. I am owner of this country. I am going to vote. I have to satisfy that my vote has gone to my desired candidate. If I'm not getting that, you are not doing a job. If you are not able to satisfy me, I am paying you for that. I am paying the Supreme Court also. I am paying to every authority in this country, and they are not able to satisfy me that my vote isn't right. You are imagining it is gone. I don't believe in imagination. I don't believe in imagination. I want facts. I want reality. I must be ensured and have to be sure that my vote has gone to right person whom I wanted, A, B, C, D, H. But you are not allowing me that. You are imposing your thought on me, which I don't accept. That's my expression. You have no authority to impose upon me your will, because this is not personal job, this is national job, this is constitutional job. You are nothing on that. Your job is just to conduct elections and supervise them, and that's it. More than that, nothing you have. If I don't want, I want ballot means I want ballot. When you accept ballot, postal ballot, you have to accept my ballot or provide both. I don't mind. You provide EVM or you provide both ballot. It's my choice. If I want to vote on EVM, I vote on EVM. If I want to vote ballot, I vote. Finish. You arrange vote. Why do you worry? Why do you want to support someone who is in politics? Why you want to support what Modi says and why you want to support? I don't care for what SC says in this. So SC is also not voting. SC has to decide only, but on how to vote, SC cannot decide. It's my decision. If I trust something, I do it. If I don't trust something, I don't do it. You prove your system right. Can you count your votes? Cannot recount your votes. Why I is right? I mean, in ballot, I know immediately where I voted, and that's it. Therefore, we have to think about everything, not only in vote or EVM. We have to think about people. We have put people in some jail, imaginary jail, city jail, whole cities. On what basis? My question is that. You may consider me whatever answer, I don't care for that. My question is, they are our people or they are not our people? What do you say? There may be some terrorists, I agree. But are all people terrorists? Even you cannot deal as such with terrorists. Law is there, procedure is there. You change some law because of your pleasure, and you are crushing those people who are getting benefit of that law. What logic is this? What logic is this? Can you someone tell me what is logic behind that? Everybody is happy we have got these chains or scrapped, whatever else. I don't know, people are studying or not studying, reading or not reading, just somebody is saying 371 has gone, somebody is saying 137 has gone, somebody is saying they don't know anything and they're celebrating. Great people of great country. Without knowing anything, they start celebrating. This is my great country. Just chanting Bharat Mata ki Jai, Inqilab Jindabad, and I don't know, Vande Matram. If 370 has gone, how this is linked to Bharat Mata ki Jai, and how it is linked to Vande Matram, and how it linked to some slogan like that. What relation? Both have got something to do. You give some concession to Nagaland, you liberate Nagaland, you allow them their flag, you allow them their constitution, even their passport. Why do you do that for them? They came to us like Jammu and Kashmir came to us, they came to 63, and now you recess them. Okay, recess, no problem. They access not recessed. Khalas. You do some other treatment with them and you do ill treatment with these people. If these people got some concession under 370 and you are saying that we removed this, so you think they shall feel happy? Means you want to crush them. Since 5th of August and today is 24th, how many days are there? 19 days. It is 19th date. Still there is no way out how to open them. Still closed, they are closed, they are locked in. How to unlock that? Who has key? Nobody knows. Who got that key that can open this lock, unlock it? Nobody has key, no program, no plan, nothing, no strategy. And our Prime Minister is going everywhere with high hands. Oh, I have done this, I have done this, I have done this. He's going to France, he's going to UNESCO, he's going to here and there and there and there. Go, no problem, it's your job, you go. But why are you telling that this provision is temporary? Who told you it is temporary? Mr. Prime Minister, EVM Prime Minister, who told you that it's temporary? If you say it is temporary, Article 370, this means backing of this from which it got included in our Constitution, that's an accession instrument, that also is temporary. This means that is also void. Do you have something, some contemplation in your mind or no? You are saying in a foreign country, this is temporary and we remove it. I think a kid of 5th class or 8th class cannot talk like that. Because you talk like that. You are going to France, you are going to other countries. They have nothing to do with this. See, no foreign country has any interest in this. We are a powerful country, you know, we have money, we have business, we have future. So they want to do business with us. And no country shall like to spoil relations with us. Why shall they like to spoil relations? They have their own interests. They will not say anything to you. Say, yeah, it's okay. Just try to settle and this and that. Just like a formal assurance. And you will get assurance that you say, oh, I have convinced UAE, I have convinced France, I have convinced Italy, I have convinced this and that and G7 and all that. You will be successful nowhere practically. Because they know you have done something against human rights. They are also the same boat. You are not alone there. You are one of them. Italy, France, other UAE countries, other EU countries, all are violating human rights. How? There is a law from UNO that you have to accept these immigrants, illegal immigrants. Illegal immigrants are coming from Africa, they're coming through Libya and from somewhere else, for example, from Malta, from Libya, from Sudan, from here, from there, and from, you can say, North American countries. They are coming illegally, of course. They are coming illegally to your countries because your countries show them something. They want jobs, they want a normal life to stay there. And your own law says, that law from UN says that you have to accept them proportionally. But you are not complying by that law. None of you. Italy always regists. They say, I have already got so many. France regists. France could not even manage its yellow vest revolution. They have nothing to do with us. France has to sell its planes to us, its fighter planes. They will not say anything against you, but this doesn't mean that you have been accepted by them. You are going to UAE, they will also say something. See, nobody will directly attack on you, but you have been attacked indirectly, and there are real organizations which are not politically linked. They have raised questions like Genocide Watch, like Amnesty, like Human Rights, like UN. They all have talked about this, and we should feel ashamed of that, because first time in our democratic history we have been missiled from them. It's a missile, of course, attack from missile. They have sent words missile, verbatim missile, spoken missiles onto us. And it's a question. If a country like our Bharat, India, faces some attacks, this means we have some wrong foundation somewhere, we have some incompetency somewhere, and we have some inconsistency in our approach. Yes, there is. My question is to everybody here, all citizens of our country, all. Do you consider Jammu and Kashmir people belonging to you, or you don't consider that? If your answer is that we consider them our people, you have to consider them people. How many chief ministers out of 29 have supported them? All are silent, as if this area doesn't belong to you. Why are the people silent? Why are political opposition parties are silent? Why is Congress silent? Why is even BJP silent? My question is, even BJP, if you consider this your country and you are patriotic, how can you kill people like this? It is killing, of course. It is not physical killing, but mental killing. You have been killing these people since August 5th, 2019, and there is no solution even on 24th of August 2019. There is no solution. There is no way out. These people are getting day by day turmoiled, turbulent, violent, because you have forced them to be so. They were staying in our country, they were doing work, they were living, and they were cooperating for progress of our country. But you have just hammered their head. What was Hari for doing this? That is the question. I don't understand what you achieved. What was your program? Did you achieve something? I want to ask people. I'm not asking EVMPM, I am asking people. What did we achieve by doing so? And why do we not support our Jammu and Kashmir people? Why? If this happens, say it had happened in Haryana or in Tamil Nadu or in Andhra or somewhere else, would you have supported them? This means if you don't support them, you don't consider them your own family. So if you don't consider your own family, why should they stay with us? Just think of. You say Kashmir is ours, Jammu is ours. Yes, it is yours according to law, according to accession instrument. It is yours, and that is the reason 370 was there. But you don't like 370, you like that land. That is not possible, because this came to you, it was not yours. This land of Jammu and Kashmir, access to you, it was not your country at that time. You should be thankful to that person who agreed this, and that is Hari Singh. The Lord Mountbatten who agreed on this, Nehru who agreed on this, Patel who agreed on this. You should be thankful to them. Rather, you are killing those achievements. Why should Jammu and Kashmir not be treated in same way? Yes, you wanted to scrap Article 370 or dilute the SPM. It's still not clear this article is existing or not existing. This is also not clear. He says in France, we diluted this article. Here news items are saying this is scrapped. Yes, people are so much confused what government has done, what EVM has done. People don't know what has been done. Even it's not clear whether instrument of accession has gone or it is still there. It's not clear. Things are in darkness. People are in darkness. People are just excited. That's it. Our people are very used to excitement or sorrow, both. You start sorrowing when something negative happens. You start attacking on Pakistan in every affair. And if something we do like this as 370 has been affected upon, we start celebrating without knowing what has been done. And that is what is the approach of this government. Just to keep people busy in this way or that way and nothing else. Nothing else. That's this formula of this government work. Well, I stopped criticizing this government because there is no meaning to cry in wilderness. It's a waste of time. This government is in wilderness. They don't understand how to solve problems. Still now they have not solved any problems. This was not a problem actually. 370 was never a problem. It has been made a problem by this government. And by some idiot bhakts, I can say. Stupid bhakts who don't understand anything. Who just illiterate mind-wise and brain-wise and conscious-wise. You just had one point that we cannot buy land in J&K. That was only one point in their minds. Same thing applies to Himachal Pradesh. Then they used to apply to Manipur, Arunachal, all that. Why don't you fight for that? That is the next article is 371. You are not speaking about that. You have liberated Nagaland. Nobody is talking of that. Why? Was Nagaland not ours? How we have left it? Questions arises. Why different types of approaches? You have one type of approach for Jammu and Kashmir. You have another type of approach for Nagaland. You are one way talking of unification. You are talking of one law and one FQ. One way you are talking something mathematical formula. Otherwise you are talking chemical formula. Means there is no strategy. There is no approach. There is no philosophy. There is no feed. There is nothing except doing something just to arouse sentiments of our people. This article is temporary. It has been temporary for 70 years. Who told you it was temporary for 70 years? It was a transition program. It's temporary due to transition, not because of otherwise. It was inserted at that time as transitional temporary, not temporary. Because it was this, we decided it had heading of temporary, but there are CO 48 also, 48 ordinances, there's accession instrument, there are many other documents, national or international, which are making it permanent. In none necessary there should be written title of permanent. Supreme Court approved that it is permanent. On what basis a prime minister of this country claims outside that this was a temporary one? I don't understand. Who advises our prime minister? Is that person educated one or a stupid class one? How can you call this provision temporary, which was based on an instrument? It was put in that place, that temporary transition program. Transition is temporary. It's not temporary by structure. There is a difference. Transitional temporary, not temporary. Because at that time our nation was in transition from slavery to independent country. That was the reason that it was transitional temporary. And our prime minister says it has been temporary for 70 years. Unfortunate, believe me, when I analyze, I file, this country is full of unsound people, unsound mind people. And that's of course our prime minister is one of them. Without thinking, without studying, without having feedback, speak anything, no problem. I think an exclusive only prime minister in whole world is respected, our prime minister, who has this character, this you can say phenomena, to speak anything what he thinks at the time of speech without having any feedback from somewhere. No competence in speech. such temporary provision. If it is a temporary provision, how can you keep some temporary with you? You should return back Jammu and Kashmir then. If it is temporary, you have no right to keep them for 72 years. Is that another question? You see, in negative side of that. You are saying temporary it is. How can you keep temporary? You give them back. Let them decide again. They temporarily decided. That's it. In 1947, they decided temporary. So let them decide again if it is temporary. How can you keep them for 72 years without having any further decision? It is your fault. You should have asked again. This side, you want to stay with us forever, or you want some a different approach. If they had said yes, we have to stay with you, fine, that is temporary. Change to permanent. Your own statement sometimes harms us. Own statement harms us. That's the problem. I am not politician, I am not lawyer, but common sense says you should speak restrained. Don't speak open everything. I diluted this article, I scrapped this article, it was temporary article. Prime Minister's statement like this means what to say about that. Every Prime Minister of this country has been very specific to speak word by word, because PM spoken words are very, very valuable from each and every aspect. One word carries many meaning, many interpretations, and that are taken accordingly. Why Prime Minister speaks that much? That is the first question. Highest person is consent on speech must be there. If there is no consent, anything can be spoken, any wrong thing. Yes, person like me who has no authority, no office, no power, I can speak anything, and you can take it or don't take it. But Prime Minister or Minister, both are very, very responsible people in our country and in every country. Only this Prime Minister, unfortunately, delivers a speech uncontrolled way, completely uncontrolled way. And this is not in our interest. People laugh on that. People research on that. There should be no research on what PM says, but on every speech, people start thinking, check evidence, check past, check history, check that he is right or he is wrong. That is why speak in limit, but work in limit. Well, I am not here to criticize our PM. He went there with the hope that they will support him. Yes, they will support him, but that support is meaningless, because this is not their problem, this is our problem. Our problem that JK is ours or no. That's the problem. We say it is ours, we have to treat accordingly. What right we have got to suppress them for so many days, to jail them for so many days, and even today we don't know when shall they be set free. When shall be set free is not known. Why? 1 billion people are silent, as if they have no relation to them, and this is unfortunate, very unfortunate. If we consider our people, we have to think that way, and if we don't consider our people, that's different. If I am there in their place and I am treated like that, I would kick government, believe me. At my life risk, I would kick them. I will kick them out for as far as my power is. To an extent my power is, I will not accept them as a government. Because government cannot do like you have done. You have no right to do. If I break law, I offend something against government, I do something against law, you have right to take action against me. I agree with that. But if I am law-abiding citizen, I am peaceful person, I am not doing any illegal activity, what right you have got to treat me like this? Yes, act against wrong people. I am not saying no, but for are kids wrong, this newborn are wrong, women are wrong, ladies are wrong, seniors are wrong, veterans are wrong. Are they wrong? On what right you have kept them for so many days in confinement? Iraq is a terrorist nation. It's an illicit nation, killing all these Palestine kids, Palestine women, arresting them, starving them, not paying them money, taxes money, and not treating them properly, treating them as if they should be killed. But you have gone above that. Israel has a record, you know. They have a record because they were beaten by Hitler. They have no digestion. They are burning from inside. But we have conscience. We say that we are dharma people. We are religious people. Do religious people do like this? Shall they do like this? We have to think of. Maybe many of you say I am just talking anti-national. You have every right to say that. You can say whatever you want to say. But question is not nation or anti-nation. Question is humanity. Question is rights. Question is value of our constitution. Do we respect our constitution or we do not respect our constitution? That is one thing. Even our Supreme Court did not consider petitions which were brought to that court for purpose of consideration of this J&K issue. Supreme Court condemned them, thrashed them. Okay, it is your right, you can do that. This means you are also not standing with people who are embarrassed, who have been suppressed. You are not standing with those people who need your service, who need your support. You don't support them, right? If somebody sends a postcard writing his grievances on that and you receive that, they are even bound with amounts of public interest. This is your law. This is not UN law. Supreme Court made this law and you are doing against that law. Even if a card is sent to you, open card, this I think 25 paisa or whatever, 50 paisa card, if that is sent to you with some complaint and address of writer or complainant, you are bound to take action on that. But here, your thresh petitions brought by professional lawyers. Is what? There is no comma, there is no full stop, there is no question mark, there is no mark of interrogation, or this is not in a proper structure. And you read for half an hour, you could not understand that. Please, kindly, don't do like this. You are hope of this country, Supreme Court Chief Justice Sahib. People consider you gods. Many people consider like God. Those people now on the jail in Jammu and Kashmir, they must be hoping something. Our CGI would do that. But you killed their hopes. You shut down their hopes. Is it right? You are supporting a criminal government which has come by abuse of EVMs. There are 230, many MPs who are criminals sitting in parliament and you are supporting them this way. You should have taken yourself this case instead of waiting for some lawyer to come and, after all, you are Supreme Court. You have full power to take so many actions. As a citizen of this country, as a court judge, head judge of this country, it was your basic duty to take yourself this petition, or if no petition, you could take your own and decide that, please help this. You are simply saying overnight this thing cannot be taken. How many days more you want to that we killed these people? Regret to say that you have not taken good decision on this. Though we respect Supreme Court in each way, we have full and highest regards for Supreme Court, but Supreme Court also must act accordingly. People who have hope in high hopes and do like that, just like with the EVM, you're not listening. I want to talk to you about EVM, but you're not listening. I want to pray that I don't want EVM, but you're not listening. My right, you're snatching. Oh, I have decided and decided. Yes, you have decided, but you have to decide again. What's wrong with that? I am not happy with EVM. I am a citizen of this country. I don't want to go through EVM, but you are also forcing me to. Why? I know you don't want to answer. You also don't want to what you know, but you're because you have pressure on you. And when Supreme Court or High Court are under pressure, country is going to break. Simply. If the court is soul of a country, without soul, body cannot move. These political people are robbers. I don't want to talk about them. This legislature are also rubbish because they are in the same boat. But court is court. People go to court for justice. People don't go to legislature for justice. People don't go to union government for justice. They go to court for justice. And even though they are delayed decisions, yet people have trust in courts. But if court doesn't act into people's requirement, people shall start losing that also. It's very difficult to go to Supreme Court, I know. I don't have that much money to spend to pay to lawyers. For high, they take 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs. I don't have the money. But still, you're not caring for those people. It's your duty. If people have no money to take care of that, you know it very well. Every judge knows it that they are right, they can help people. But you're not concerned about that. Unfortunately. It's not against you. I'm not against you. I'm in favor of you. But I wanted you help these people. You think of them. Condemn government. It is your duty to condemn government. Okay, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days you have taken. And continuous. Now 19 days they have been in confinement. How shall they breathe? You don't know. What shall they eat? You don't know. How shall they live? You don't know. You know everything. You know everything. But because you are scared, really, you have some attack on you, some imminent attack on you. That's the reason. You want to be. You don't know act. You got to see consequences like justice lawyer. You may accept or may not accept. That's fact of life. People have this concept in mind. Everyone has this concept. Just like everybody is against 80 to 90% people of this country are against EVM. This is a public announcement. And public announcement is always above everything. Public announcement is always above. People are not shouting, they are not coming on roads, but they are unhappy with EVM system. And really, as far as Jammu and Kashmir is concerned, I know people are happy with 370 abrogation, but they don't know what they understand by this. They don't know. I know you know everything, but you are under pressure. Our Supreme Court is best one in the whole world. Everybody knows, even better than American court. Our is best, but we had to maintain this best and super best, and it's only your power, Chief Justice power, and other judges' power that can keep respect for this country. But if you do like this, ignore, condone, keep in abeyance such types of theoretical cases, then I hope it should not be negative. Our image should not be indented and our reputation should not be lost. I hope so. And I request that think of people, those people who are in confinement, and I have hope that other people in this country, 130 crore people, would also look into that. Don't exclusively depend on what our EVM PM says and what our government says, because EVM PM is not working for a national interest, he is working for party's interest, and he is working to keep himself in power. And same thing is for his party and also most of opposition parties. They're also not coming in open to speak against what action has been taken. They are just confined to press, they are just conducting statements, they are not using their force to hammer this government, to help these people to come out. And one side you are saying, oh, they are very happy, this abrogation of article. If they are happy, why you worry? If they are happy, why do you worry? Why are you keeping them in jail? Why are they confined for 19 days? This means they are not happy. They are not happy. So, they are not happy. People are happy. They are not happy. All others are happy. Foreign countries are happy. You mean to say that? Shall foreign countries help you? No foreign country shall help you. No foreign country. They have their own interests. They can't help themselves. How can they help you? They have their own problems. Every country has. They are selling their goods to you. So they have that interest. They will look after business interest or JNK interest. What they shall look after. When they give awards to you, for example, you wants to give an award or Palestine wants to give award, these awards are just, you can say, an indication that they want to get business from you, or they want to do transactions with you, or some support from you. That's an only response on that. It's a trend now. This country, if some head wages of other country has some, you are our national, you take our national award. This is a trend. This is a trend, believe me. It's nothing. That country awards this country awards that country. It's all complete meaningless, no meaning at all. It's a system. That's it. Well, I'm not clear as something. What I'm stating is that we have to think for our people. Jammu and Kashmir was our land. It has been with us for more than 7 decades, and it should go with us. Not we should lose it, and not somebody others shall or should get benefit of this. People of Jammu and Kashmir must be respected, regarded, because they are our people. If we think that, if we consider that, and if you consider no, they are not ours, then I have no answer. You want only land, and you don't know them, that's not going to happen. It shall never happen. But till now, I don't think there is any section from our country that wants to help them. And this is very bad. Very, very bad. Some people on TV or on YouTube, they are talking, some students are talking, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't work. We have a society, we have a system. When flood is there, some other calamities, that all go there. Oh, we help you, we help you. Is this not a calamity for those people? This is artificially created calamity. First of all, you did not respect them. Second, you did not ask them. You did not take their consent, and you did something which you wanted to do. And now you expect them to touch your feet, to come and say, oh, no, we want to stay with you. See, a tormented society can never be happy with you if you are tormentor. If you are tormentor, you torture them, they can never be happy with you. This is natural. You have suppressed them, embarrassed them, and mentally killed them. You have brought them to trauma, and now you expect them to stay with you. This is very, very sympathetic, pathetic, and unagreeable situation. Yes, they shall stay with you, but how long? They will not be peaceful. They will resort somewhere or other. They will try to do some harm to us because you harm them. Action and reaction, always equal and opposite. You know all. We put them into this stream of negativism. They were peacefully living. You have sent so much army, police. They are keeping them under force. How long can you keep people under force? And how many years shall you keep them like this? Well, I'm not expecting anything from international questions. They can say, they will keep saying according to UN Charter and all that. But I'm not talking about that and shall not. I'm just talking about our action. Are we a moral country or not? Are we people character or not? If we are real people, if we are self-respecting people, why we are not raising our voices? We are just so selfish that our another state people can die, and we just we just praise it, what a killer has done. I am calling government a killer, because this is a killer. Only body killing is not killer. Mind killing is killer. Conscious killing is killer. Soul killing is killer. You have killed soul of these people. You have killed moral of these people. See, now they are in trauma. They are in jail. They cannot decide anything on their own. They don't have good food. Maybe they have weakened by now. And maybe how many have left this world, who knows? We have to be a pest, if you see what is they call it, if you become a gentle people, gentleman, having patience about life, or those people, you should have acted in a different way. PM is not all in all. PM is not about our people. PM is not about this nation. We have to think that way. If PM does something wrong, we have to stop him. If government does something wrong, we have to stop him. We made them. They did not make us. If we cannot think of our people, we cannot do anything in life. This is a formula. If you do for the people, forget doing for government, do for people. Government can say anything. Objective of government is to stay in power, but objective of people is not to stay in power. Objective of people is there should be improvement everywhere in all sectors of life. And that is government bound to do. We have to think that way. Our constitution is prime, not our government. Our constitution is prime, not our Supreme Court. Everything is our constitution. If our constitution powers are broken, are attacked, and we sleep, we don't speak, we do injustice to ourselves, to our country, and to those affected and grieved people. So we have to think of them, not to think of alone government, because government has all done this. So if you want to have some conscience in you, if you have a degree of morality in you, we have to think of those people and our constitution and our country. Because without constitution, we shall be dead, dead morally and physically. Because nobody shall help us, and we will start fighting and uprising here and there. And without our minds, we cannot move further. So what I am saying is, we have to think for all this, help these people, think of this, force government to free them, liberate them, and let them act how they act. And remove all these lacks of forces you have deployed there except border. Because we don't need to send so many soldiers there for what? We cannot control our people. If we cannot control our people, our own citizens, then we have no right to govern. We have no right to call prime minister or ministers. Because if you cannot keep people in your confidence, then you have no right to stay in power. Mistakes doing is very easy. Everybody can do mistakes. If calculated mistake is there, it's fine. If just mistake in air is there, that cannot be recalled, that cannot be captured. We have to understand that. Today we are happy. We are very happy. Many of you, many of us, we are happy. I don't know for what. If you ask them, they shall not be able to tell anything. Because in common, people do not know documentation. People do not know what's back of Kashmir ground, what's back of their legislature. People know nothing, and I'm sure even Home Minister doesn't know this. And I am also sure even Prime Minister doesn't know that. And furthermore, I am also sure that President doesn't know this. Unfortunate it is. Had they done all this, have known all this, they would not have attained this one. They have to stop where they have caused mistake. They have to call those people, talk to them, and decide forever. It's duty of President, it's duty of Prime Minister, it's duty of public. They should call those people who have been affected, talk to them, and decide future course. Because they have been depressed, they have been mocked, and they should be brought to their normal level. Depression should come out, come up. They should stay normal level, and until that, a person is forced so much, that person always loses mind, loses thinking power. They may be in that stage. So when you are in that stage, then you're going to think, you start stoning, you start beating, you start out of control actions. And that may happen now. Because you started something wrong. You started something blunder. Well, it's up to us, our people, if we can keep those people with us, or we leave them to Modi's hands or government hands. That we have to see. I recommend that we should talk to these people. We should, reduce their tension. We should talk to them, and they should come out of the shock. Of course, we are also shocked. We are shocked to some extent, but we feel happy, and that I don't agree. There's nothing to feel happy on this, because you are human being. You should respect their land ownership. You should respect their values, whatever they are. You are not respecting them. Rather, you want to pull them. You want to remove these people from there, and you want to buy land there. Means only greed you have, avarice you have, and avarice is always root of evils. Just remember. You cannot forcefully procure land from others. That is not applicable. It's not allowed. You cannot forcefully kill people. You cannot forcefully ask people to accept what is you saying. What is you saying, you cannot ask them. There is a way out. So you have to find that way out yourself. And I am really not happy with whatever happened so far. Had Prime Minister or government conducted talks with them prior to do all this, it would have been much better than anything else. Because we should not forget that reputation is very important in the world. Whole world knows now that we have done this. Whole world knows. Forget what France is speaking of that. Internally they know. They will not express that because they don't want to harm relations between our country and their country. They will not like to do so. So, other issues, Ravidas Mandir, temple, Guru Stan. I was just watching that is it is of Guru Stan. Harijan, Dalit, lowest profile, they call Shudra, and Brahmanism. Now, Brahmanism has come up a new term which I didn't know before. Brahmanism. The fraction in society, big fraction, big stratification, new stratification. Pandit plus Baniyas you call, or Rajputs you call Brahmanism. The highest profile is Brahmanism, and all others are lowest profile. Very good definition and very good structure is coming up automatically. So much anger is rising in this section of SC, ST now due to you dismantled, not dismantled, you should say, you demolished Ravidas temple in Tughlaqabad, Delhi. And yesterday I got news that they broke some temple somewhere else also in, I think in Bihar, yes. You are breaking temples. That temple which was erected 600 years back, you broke that, and you are sharing responsibility with this court. The court said that, court ordered that. Do you accept everything what court orders? Really? You accept everything what court orders? Don't delay that. Court orders so many things. Where you have interest, you act. Where you don't have any interest, you don't act. That's also a fact. Right or wrong? Where there's no interest, you will not do anything. Oh, they are Shudra, leave them, they are poor, break the temple. We'll see what happens. Means you can do whatever you want, whether it goes to against the people or this go against people. You do what you want, right? This is no leadership. Really, this is no leadership. This is called dust numbering work. You see something and do it. That's it. They are revolting. They are revolting against Modi, against government. And they are not one or two person. Crores people. But they are also our people. Why don't you think that? Are they not ours? They have simple question to quote also. You are talking in one case about documents, and in one case you are talking about sentiments. In Ram Mandir you are talking of sentiments, and in our Mandir you are talking of documents. They have questions, and who will answer? They are raising questions like this. Okay, this Mandir was constructed 506 years back, and Ram Mandir was constructed how many years back? Where are documents of Ram Mandir? Question rises. Where is documentation of Ram Mandir land? If you want our documentation. Where are documentation of Vaishnav Devi area? And all other areas where Devi's Mandirs are existing? They are raising questions. All this land belong to forest sections. Where is documentation? So when you are doing something to your mind, to your whatever you think is right, this type of results happen. And people got aggrieved. They get uprising. You arrest them? Yes, you arrested them as well. Yesterday you arrested 94 people. So arrest will solve, you think so? Shall arrest solve problem? You will arrest them, you could send to jail, and after that, what's after that? Means you are creating something which is not acceptable. You created Nodbandi, you created problem. You created GST, you created problem. You created 370 demolishing, that created problem. Is there any way where there's no problem? Just to remove problem, you bring something else. That's fact. Because you want to see people just busy in something else and stop talking about this. This is your approach. Is it right or wrong? Huh. It's wrong, huh? Right, yes. Okay. What do you say? I've seen on Facebook many posts. Chidambaram in the jail. Modi has done what he promised. What has Modi promised? Modi promised that he will keep all those people who are criminals or who are corrupt और वो cases against them within 100 days of 2004 entry out of parliament and jail. 232 criminals, so-called criminals accused, have been occupying MP's chairs in 2019. What has Modi done? And it's Modi's people, most of them, who are there sitting, and they're criminals. What he has done? How many are out? It's irrelevant talks without understanding what is right or what is wrong. Accept that. It will not work. It will not work. You have to treat people equally, not like that. You cannot take people for granted. You are taking for granted. Temple issue, this issue, that issue, all issues are only in your regime. Why? And if there's something, you blame someone else. This also happens. Genocide Watch warned UN, alert UN, that you ask this country, India, about that they should not abuse people in Jammu and Kashmir. They did so. Amnesty also did so. And UNO is doing different way. One day it will also say that. What our solution we have? Is there solution from today? How can we solve Jammu and Kashmir issue? Is there something? There is nothing. No roadmap they have. How to go further? How to keep these people with us? No more way. If you keep more and more in jail, they will be more and more against you. This is natural. And you have then no control point, no point of return. And that stage comes, this is very, very terrible. Very terrible. मैं सिर्फ इतना कहना चाहता था, थोड़ा हिंदी में बात कर लेते ताकि लोग समझ जाएं दूसरे भी। हिंदी में तो बात भी करनी जरूरी है, आखिर हमारा देश है, हमारी भाषा है, और लोग ज़्यादा पसंद करते हैं, इंग्लिश शायद कम पसंद करते हैं। मेरी बात शायद वो समझ ना पाए, थोड़ा समझाना जरूरी होता है। हम कुछ भी बोलते रहें, हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी कुछ भी बोलते रहें, उनको हक है। भारत के प्रधानमंत्री वो ईवीएम से बने हो, जैसे ही बने हो, बात सोच समझ के तो करनी चाहिए ना। साहब कह रहे हैं फ्रांस में जाके कि टेम्पररी था ये 370, कब तक चलेगा टेम्पररी? क्या 72 साल चलेगा? खत्म तो होना ही था, हमने खत्म कर दिया। ये खत्म भी नहीं कर रहे, डाइल्यूट कर दिया, उसको हल्का कर दिया, कंसंट्रेशन ज्यादा थी, उसको हल्का कर दिया हमने। बताइए अब क्या कहेंगे आप इसका जवाब? हमारे प्रधानमंत्री हैं, सबसे बड़े हैं एग्जीक्यूटिव में, अगर वो ऐसी बात करते हैं तो क्या करेगा कोई? फ्रांस वाले को तो नहीं पता ना वो क्या बोल रहे हैं, इसका क्या मतलब है। फ्रांस वाला कहेगा भी ठीक है, अच्छी बात है, बहुत अच्छा किया, लेकिन उसको क्या पता हमारी प्रॉब्लम के बारे में, क्या कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन कहता है, हमारा क्या संविधान कहता है, वो टेम्पररी था कि नहीं था, वो परमानेंट था कि नहीं था। टेम्पररी एक सेक्शन लिख देने से क्या टेम्पररी था वो? अब प्रश्न ये उठता है, अगर हम टेम्पररी मान लेते हैं कि 370 टेम्पररी था, तो उसका क्या मतलब है? अगर वो टेम्पररी था तो परमानेंट नहीं था, तो आपने परमानेंट क्यों नहीं कराया था उसको पहले? क्यों टेम्पररी रहने दिया था? और अगर वो टेम्पररी नहीं था, परमानेंट था, तो आप क्यों झूठ बोल रहे हैं? सुप्रीम कोर्ट की रूलिंग है कि वो टेम्पररी नहीं हो सकता, क्यों? इंस्ट्रूमेंट एक्सटेंशन टेम्पररी नहीं है। ये तो एक फैसिलिटी दी गई थी उनको टेम्पररी ट्रांजिशन में, कि आहिस्ता आहिस्ता हम इसको लाइन पे ला देंगे। इसका मतलब ये नहीं था कि इनफेक्टिव हो गया था वो। आपने क्या लाइन पे ला दिया उसमें? आपने क्या कंट्रीब्यूशन किया उस 370 में? क्या फायदा किया हम लोगों का? अगर आप कहते हैं वो हमारे अधिकार छीन रहे हैं, हम अपनी मस्ती से रह रहे हैं, तो आपने उनको क्या दे दिया 370 में? नुकसान ही दिया ना उनको अंदर बैठा दिया। क्यों बैठा दिया? आपको अपने में शक है, आपको अपने बात में विश्वास नहीं है कि लोग आपकी बातें क्या रिजल्ट करेंगे। आप करेंगे, वो जैसे करते आए वैसे ही करेंगे। उनके भी अपने हक हैं, वो भी भारत के नागरिक हैं, वो भी मांगेंगे हक। जब उनसे लोग जमीन मांग रहे हैं, उनसे लड़कियां छीनने को मांग रहे हैं, तो उनके भी तो हक हैं। आप जेल में डाल दो सबको, सारी पब्लिक को डाल दो, और आप ये भी समझेंगे हम आपके साथ रहेंगे, फिर कैसे हो सकता है? ये दुनिया में कोई मानेगा? आपने उसको उठा के जेल में डाल दिया, पड़े बेचारे, खाना नहीं, पीना नहीं, कुछ पब्लिक के अंदर नहीं आना, कुछ नहीं करना, कोई कम्युनिकेशन नहीं, और फिर सोचते हैं कि वो आपके साथ खुश रहेंगे। क्या वह सोचेंगे? नहीं सोचेंगे। आपने देश को नुकसान ऐसा पहुंचाया, ऐसा कोई रिकवरी, आप कुछ भी कहते रहिए, कहीं भी जाकर G7 में जाओ, कहीं जाओ, लोग आपकी बात में हाँ करेंगे, क्योंकि आज के ज़माने में कोई किसी से बिगाड़ना नहीं चाहता। उनके अपने बिजनेस है, इंटरेस्ट है, कुछ और इंटरेस्ट है, वो आपसे गुस्सा नहीं करेंगे, ना वो करना चाहिए, क्योंकि हर देश की ट्रांजैक्शन होती है, जिसका लेना देना होता है, आपका भी है, उनका भी है, सबका है। लेकिन आप अपनी प्रॉब्लम्स उनको बताएं, उससे क्या फ़ायदा है, उससे क्या सॉल्व हो जाएगी? आपको मालूम है कि उनको सब पता है या नहीं पता है? अरे कौन किसके बारे में जानता है? सब देव ऊपर बातें करते हैं। आप हम भी किसी के बारे में कोई बात है, हाँ ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है, तो बात कोई भी इंटरेस्ट नहीं लेगा। क्यों लेगा? क्या इंटरेस्ट है उसको? क्या मिल रहा है उसको? और वो तो ये ईस्ट वाले, यूरोप वाले, ये सब, ये तो बिल्कुल भी बिना इंटरेस्ट के बात नहीं करते हैं। ये सब लोग इंटरेस्ट की बात नहीं करते हैं। हम भी शक कर लेंगे, हम भावनात्मक लोग हैं, हम दूसरे की बातें बैठ के सुनेंगे, उसकी प्रॉब्लम बताएंगे, सोल्व करेंगे। यहाँ कुछ नहीं है पर ये लोगों में, इनमें कोई, इनकी कोई आत्माएं नहीं है उन लोगों की। कहने का मतलब है कि अपने देश को संभालना हमको है, उनको नहीं है। ये भक्त चलते रहते हैं न्यूज़ पे, फेसबुक पे। अरे जो करो ढंग से तो करो, सोच समझ के तो करो। आप एक गलत चीज दे रहे हैं, स्टेटमेंट टेम्पररी प्रोविजन था जी, टेम्पररी नहीं होते हुए आप कह रहे हैं टेम्पररी था। कोर्ट रूल कर चुका है, एक बार टेम्पररी नहीं है। अगर टेम्पररी था तो फिर एक्सेस ऑफ इंस्ट्रूमेंट भी टेम्पररी था, तो ये मतलब भी होगी, तो कभी भी विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं आपसे, क्या दिक्कत है उनको? और विड्रॉ करने का मतलब जानते हो, जिसपे आप कब्जा करके दिखा रखे हो, फौज रखे, वही चला जाएगा हाथ से, ये मतलब है उसका। खैर, आप लोग को समझेंगे नहीं, समझना आपको है। अब मैं थोड़ा आगे चलता हूँ, ये थोड़ी सी बात करनी थी आपसे ना। आई लाइक टू ड्रॉ योर अटेंशन टू कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया, that Bharat, which says the preamble of the people of this country, Bharat, India, having resolved to constitute this country into secular socialists, into sovereign, secular, socialist, democratic republic, and we secure to our people justice, equality, and liberty, and there are further parameters of that. And we want to create brotherhood into all peoples, keep them united, dependent upon each other, respecting each other's moral, each other's religious issues. This is our preambles in Constitution, and there are so many duties in Article 51, which you know we have explained before, and which says that you have to honor everything of this country, and you have to produce science, and produce so many things are there. Mathematics means you can depend upon that. That's right. That's the duty of one. So judiciary, I was talking about this Constitution, provisions and judiciary. Yesterday I had this somewhere that starts on part 24. If you see this Constitution of country, Union Judiciary, it starts at Article number 124 and goes further down. And I just talked, narrated yesterday about Article 124, which was the establishment of Constitutional Supreme Court, and the article was 121, had many paragraphs in that, and then it was Article 125, and in continuation, let me just read the titles again so that you can refresh, and we'll talk further. Article 124, this shall be Supreme Court of India, consists of Chief Justice of India, and until Parliament by law prescribes a larger number of not more than a defined number of judges. And then Article 2, every judge of Supreme Court shall be appointed by President by warrant under his hand and seal after consultation with such of judges of Supreme Court and like that, and then provide of that the case of appointment of judges, other Chief Justice of India shall always be consulted. And there are so many other further articles in this, and I just move browsing it further so that don't waste time interpreting. You can see last video. Now Article 125 says there shall be paid to judges of Supreme Court such salaries, etc. Then go to the third, when office of Chief Justice of India is vacant, or when Chief Justice of India is by reason of absence or otherwise unable to perform duties of his honor. So we'll go to the appointment of judges, Article 127, and Article 128 is attendance of retired judges on sittings of Supreme Court. So I'll just start this better from here so that you can know how to, not this there is Article 128, notwithstanding anything in this chapter, Chief Justice of India may at any time, with previous consent of President, request any person who has held office of a judge of Supreme Court or of Federal Court, or who is held office of a judge or a High Court and duly qualified for say, appointments as a judge of Supreme Court, to sit and act as a judge of Supreme Court, and every such person as so requested while so sitting and acting be entitled to such allowances as President may by order determine, and then further go to, provided nothing in this article shall be deemed to require any such person as forced to sit and act as judge of that court unless he consents to do so. 139. Supreme Court shall be a court of record and shall have all powers of such a court, including power of punish for contempt of itself. 130. Supreme Court shall sit in Delhi or in such other place or places as Chief Justice of India may with approval of President from time to time appoint. 131. Subject to provisions of this Constitution, Supreme Court shall, to exclusion of any other court, have original jurisdiction in any dispute. Between Government of India and one or more states, or between Government of India and any other state or state. Where is that? Okay. Or state. Between Government of India and one or more states. Between Government of India and any state or states, or one side and one or more other states. Between Government of India and any more states, or on one side or more states, states on others, or between two or more states. If and insofar as dispute involves any question, whether law or fact, on which existence or extent of a legal right depends, provided that said jurisdiction shall not extend to dispute arising out of any treaty, agreement, covenant, engagement, sanad, or others. Similar instrument which, having been entered upon into executed before commencement of the Constitution, continue in force or operation after such commencement, or which provides that said jurisdiction shall not extend to such dispute. And 130A is exclusion, which is exclusive jurisdiction of Supreme Court in regard to question as to constitutional validity of contract law, which are repealed by Constitution. So, number 132, this is an appeal shall lie to Supreme Court from any judgment, decree, or final order of High Court in territory of India, whether in a civil, criminal, or other proceedings. If High Court certifies under Article 134A that case involves a substantial question of law as to interpretation of this Constitution, and where such a certificate is given, any part in case may appeal to Supreme Court, any party may appeal to Supreme Court on ground that any such question is aforesaid has been wrongly decided. Explanation is, for purpose of this article, expression final order includes an order deciding an issue which, if decided in favor of appellant, would be the situation for and disposal of this case. 133. Uh, 133 says, where 133 gone? Yeah. An appeal shall be to Supreme Court from any judgment, decree, or email or final order in a civil proceeding of High Court in territory of India. A, that case involves a substantial question of law of general importance, and that, in opinion of High Court, said question needs be decided by Supreme Court. Notwithstanding, notwithstanding anything in Article 132, any party appealing to Supreme Court under Clause 1 may urge one of grounds in such appeal that a substantial question of law as to interpretation of this constitution has been wrongly decided. Notwithstanding anything in this article, no appeal shall, unless the Parliament by law otherwise provide, lie to Supreme Court from judgment, decree, or final order of one judge or High Court. Of High Court. 134. This is appeal jurisdiction. I don't know why I'm. Let me use some phone first. An appeal shall lie to Supreme Court from any judgment, final order, or sentence in a criminal proceeding of High Court in territory of India if High Court has to appeal, if High Court has to appeal revised, an appeal shall lie to Supreme Court from any judgment, final order, or sentence in a criminal proceeding of High Court in territory of India if High Court has on appeal reversed an order of acquittal of an accused person and sentenced him to death, or has withdrawn for trial before itself any case from any court subordinate to its authority and has at such trial convicted accused person and sentenced him to death, or certifies under Article 134A that case is a fit one for appeal to Supreme Court, provided that an appeal under subclause shall lie subject to such provisions as may be made in that behalf under clause 1 of Article 145 and to such conditions as High Court may establish require or require. Parliament may by law confer on Supreme Court any further powers to entertain and hear appeals from any judgment, final order, or sentence in a criminal proceeding of a High Court in territory of India, subject to such conditions and limitations as may be specified in such law. 134A. Every High Court passing or making a judgment, decree, final order, or sentence referred to in Clause 1 of Article 132 or Clause 1 of Article 133 our clause of Article 134. A. May, if deemed fit, so to do on its own motion, and C. Shall if oral application is made to oral application is made by or on behalf of party aggrieved immediately after passing or making of such judgment, decree, final order, or sentence, determine as soon as may be after such pressure, passing or making of such passing or making question whether a certificate of nature referred to in clause 1 of Article 132 or clause 1 of Article 133 or as case may be subclause of clause 1 Article 134 may be given gone. Now Article 135. Okay, 135. Until Parliament by law otherwise provides, Supreme Court shall also have jurisdiction and powers with respect to any matter to which provisions of Article 133 or Article 134 do not apply if jurisdiction and powers in relation to that matter were exercisable by federal court immediately before commencement of this constitution or under any existing law. 136. 136. Notwithstanding anything in this chapter, Supreme Court may, in its discretion, grant special leave to appeal from any judgment, decree, determination, sentence, or order in any case, any cause or matter passed or made by any court or tribunal in territory of Bharat, India. Nothing in this clause shall apply to any judgment, determination, sentence, or other provided or made by any court or tribunal under tribunal constituted by our, our under any law relating to armed forces. 137. Subject to provisions of any law made by Parliament or any rules made under Article 145, Supreme Court shall have power to review any judgment pronounced or order made by it. 138. 1. Hmm. 138. Supreme Court shall have such further jurisdiction and powers with respect to any of matters in Union list are permanent, may be law confirmed by law confirmed. Supreme Court shall have such further jurisdiction and powers with respect to any matter as Government of India and Government of any state may by special government agreement confer if the Parliament by law provides for exercise of such jurisdiction and powers are by Supreme Court. 139. Conferment of Supreme Courts or powers to issue verdicts. Parliament may by law confer on Supreme Court power to issue directions, orders, or writs. Parliament may by law control on Supreme Court power to issue directions, orders, or writs, including writs in nature of habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, quo warranto, and certiorari. Parliament may by law confer on Supreme Court power to issue directions, orders, or writs, including writs in nature of habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, quo warranto, and certiorari, or any of them, for any purposes other than those mentioned in Clause 2 of Article 32. 140. 141. 142. 143. 144. 145. 146. 147. 148. 149. 150. 151. 152. 153. 154. 155. 156. 157. 158. 159. 160. 161. 162. 163. 164. 165. 166. 167. 168. 169. 170. 171. 172. 173. 174. 175. 176. 177. 178. 179. 180. 181. 182. 183. 184. 185. 186. 187. 188. 189. 190. 191. 192. 193. 194. 195. 196. 197. 198. 199. 100. 101. 102. 103. 104. 105. 106. 107. 108. 109. 110. 111. 112. 113. 114. 115. 116. 117. 118. 119. 120. 121. 122. 123. 124. 125. 126. 127. 128. 129. 130. 131. 139A, where cases involving same or substantially same questions of law are pending before Supreme Court and one or more high courts, or before two or more high courts, and Supreme Court is satisfied on its own motion or on an application made by Attorney General of India or by party to any such case, that such questions are substantial questions of general importance, Supreme Court may withdraw cases pending before High Court or High Courts and dispose all of their cases self, provided that Supreme Court may, after determining said questions of law, return any case so withdrawn, together with a copy of judgment on such questions, to High Court, from which case has been withdrawn, and High Court shall, on receipt thereof, proceed to dispose of cast in conformity with such judgment. Of case in conformity, dispose of case in conformity with such judgment. My guys, I'm in problem, I cannot read some time. Supreme Court may, if it deems it expedient, so to do for ends of justice, transfer any case, appeal, or other proceedings found pending before an High Court to any other High Court. Parliament may by law make provisions for conferring upon Supreme Court such supplemental powers not inconsistent with any of provisions of this Constitution as may appear to be necessary or desirable for purpose of enabling court more effectively to exercise jurisdiction conferred upon it by or under this Constitution. Law declared by Supreme Court shall be binding on all courts within territory of India. 142. 1. Supreme Court, in exercise of its jurisdiction, may pass such decree or make such order as is necessary for doing complete justice in any cause or matter pending before it, and any decrees so passed or orders so made shall be enforceable throughout territory of India in such manner as may be prescribed by or under any law made. Any law made by Parliament, and until provision in that behalf is so made in such manner as President may be order prescribed, may by order prescribed, subject to provisions of any law made in this behalf by Parliament. Supreme Court shall, as respects whole of territory of India, have all and every power to make any order for purpose of securing attendance of any person. Directive discovery or production of any document or investigation or punishment of any contempt of itself. 143. If at any time it appears to If at any time it appears to President that a question of law in fact has arisen or is likely to arise, which is of such nature and of such public importance that it is expedient to obtain opinion of Supreme Court upon it, he may he may refer question question to that court for consideration, and court may, after such hearing, as it thinks fit, report to President its opinion thereon. President may, notwithstanding anything in in provision to Article 131, may refer to dispute of kind dispute of kind mentioned in said provision to Supreme Court for opinion for the for opinion, and Supreme Court shall, after such hearing as it thinks fit, represent as to jurisdiction of order of thereof. President may, notwithstanding anything in provision to Article 131, refer to dispute of kind mentioned in said provision to Supreme Court for opinion, and Supreme Court shall, after such hearing as it thinks fit, file the fit report to President on opinion. All authorities, civil and judicial, in territory of India shall act in aid of Supreme Court. 144A, special provision as to disposal of questions relating to constitutional validity of laws repealed by Constitution 43rd Amendment, Article 1977, Act 1977. They go to Article 145, 1. Subject to provisions of any law made by Parliament, Supreme Court may, from time to time, with approval of President, make rules for regulating generally practice and procedures of court, including rules as to person practicing before court, rules as to the procedure for hearing appeals, and other matters pertaining to appeals, including time within which appeals to court are to be entered. Rules as to proceedings in court under Article 139A. Rules as to entertainment of appeals under subclause C of clause 1 of Article 134. Rules as to conditions subject to which any judgment pronounced or order made by court may be reviewed, and procedure for such review, including time within which applications to court for such review are to be entered. Next is rules as to costs of and incidental to any proceedings in court, and as to fees to be charged in respect of proceedings therein. Rules as to granting of bails, rules as to stay of proceedings, rules providing for summary of determination of any appeal which appears to court to be frivolous or vexatious or brought for purpose of delay. Rules as to procedure for inquiries referred to clause of Article 317. Hmm. 2. Subject to Subject to provisions of rules made under this article may fix minimum number of judges who are to sit for any purpose and may provide for powers of single judges and division courts. 3. Minimum number of judges who are to sit for purpose of deciding any case involving a substantial question of law as to interpretation of this constitution or for purpose of hearing any reference under Article 143 shall be 5. Article 145 it is yes. Provided that where court hearing an appeal under any of provisions of this chapter other than Article 132 consists of less than 5 judges and in course of hearing of appeal court is satisfied that appeal involves a substantial question of law as to interpretation of this constitution, determination of which is necessary for disposal of appeal, such court shall refer the question for opinion to a court constituted as required by this clause for purpose of deciding any case involving such a question and shall on receipt of opinion dispose of appeal and conformity with such opinion. No judgment shall be delivered by Supreme Court save in open court and no report shall be made under Article 143 save in accordance with an opinion also delivered in open court. No judgment and no such opinion shall be delivered by Supreme Court save with concurrence of majority of judges present at hearing of case, but nothing in this case in cause shall be deemed to prevent a judge. You thus not concur from delivering dissenting a judgment or opinion. 146. Appointment of officers and servants of Supreme Court shall be made by Chief Justice of India or such other judges, such or officer of court as may direct. Provided that President may by rule require that in such cases as may be specified in rule, no person provided that President may by rule require that in such cases as may be specified in rules, no person not already attached to court shall be appointed to any office connected with court save after consultation with the Union Public Service Commission. Subject to provisions of any law made by Parliament, conditions of service of officers and servants of Superior Court shall be such as may be prescribed by rules made by Chief Justice of India or by some other judge or officer of court authority authorized by client make rules for purpose. Provided that rules made under this clause shall as far as they relate to salaries, allowances, leave or pensions require approval of President. Administration expenses of Supreme Court, including all salaries, allowances and pensions payable to or in respect of officials and servants of court shall be charged upon consolidated fund of India, and any fees of other monies taken by court shall form part of that fund. In this chapter and chapter 5 and part 6, reference to any substantial question of law as to interpretation of this constitution shall be construed as including reference to any substantial question of law as to interpretation of Government of India Act, supplementary Government of India Act 1935, including any enactment, amending or supplementing that act, or of any order in council or order made thereunder, or of Indian Independence Act 1947, or any order made therein. Or order in council or order made thereunder, or Indian Independence Act 1947, or of any order made thereunder. And this is about higher judiciary that we're talking of. Then it is after that Comptroller and Auditor General of India. We'll see it later on. We have gone through various topics in Constitution regarding executive, legislature, union, and responsibilities in lists, state list, concurrent list, and central list, as well as judiciary. We had to talk executive, nothing so significant because we know all our say in government, executive is government. What I would say that Constitution is our soul, our country's soul, and if you don't recognize it for our future, for our past, for our present, we shall not be able to do or to achieve our destiny milestone. Without milestone, no project can be completed. I have seen many people here and there, everywhere, who talks a lot. That should not happen. We should understand ourselves instead of we think we should talk, we should do that, this and that. It's not wisdom. Talk, no problem, but talk to senses, not blindly. And understand Constitution, understand provisions, understand your value, only then you can go ahead. फिर मैं कह रहा हूं दोबारा, समझाओ संविधान को, समझो संविधान को, जानो। नहीं जानोगे तो नुकसान आपका होगा, किसी और का नहीं होगा। बड़ी बड़ी बातें करने से, बड़ी बड़ी ऊंची बातें करके पब्लिक को बताने से कुछ फायदा नहीं होता है। पब्लिक को अपने अधिकार समझने चाहिए, अपनी वैल्यू समझनी चाहिए, वो क्या है क्या नहीं है समझना चाहिए। कोई अपने को छोटा ना समझे और कोई बड़ा है तो अपने को बड़ा ना समझे, क्योंकि कुछ दिन की जिंदगी है। छोटा हूँ, बड़ा हूँ, ये हूँ, बजाय इससे सोचने के सोचे कि किस तरह से आपको खाना पीना हम खिला सकते हैं, जीने का हौसला दे सकते हैं, लेकिन मेहनत आप ही को करनी होगी आगे चलने के लिए। ये बहुत जरूरी होता है जानना। हम नहीं जानेंगे तो दूसरा उठाएंगे। जुडिशरी अच्छी चलती है यहाँ, लेजिस्लेचर भी ऐसे चलता है यहाँ, और कुछ चीजें चलती है यहाँ। खैर, एक बात को बार बार करने का कोई फायदा नहीं है, करना पड़ता है। अब हम थोड़ा आगे चलें। कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन तो करीब करीब जितना बताना था बता दिया, और लिस्ट है अमेंडमेंट्स हैं इसके, बहुत सारे 100 से ऊपर अमेंडमेंट्स हैं। लेकिन आप अगर शुरू से आए हमारे देश के संविधान में लिखे समय से आज तक, तो आप देखेंगे कि शुरू शुरू में कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में बहुत कुछ कमियां रही थी। आहिस्ता आहिस्ता उन कमियों को हटाया गया। 100 से ऊपर अमेंडमेंट लगा चुके हैं अब तक, और आगे पता नहीं कितने होंगे, कौन जाने। समय के हिसाब से चेंज किए जाते हैं, आवश्यक है। इसीलिए आए वो और कुछ गए कुछ रहे। वेल जेंटलमैन, it's already time to close, and I would like to thanks all that you cooperate, keep cooperating, try to learn better. If you learn for something, it's for you, not for someone else. You can become smarter citizen if you try to talk in this connection of law and constitution. I'm not a lawyer, I'm not an advocate. I don't keep in touch with journals, but I keep touch with technology institutions. Some have good knowledge while others don't have. In that case, if young and old people are there, young and old people are there, match is very difficult. And if they are there positively, that is called achievement. Because that engineer who is fresh, if comes to learn something, that's fresh. I think it irritates with what we are. Well, it's not their fault. It's fault with what you are taught. Your imparted education is their fault. Not everything is fault. There are problems in every nation, and we have to. But this is people's mandate that decides. People's mandate. But here, government mandate is more important than people's mandate. We have to stop that. We have to face problems coming in. I have to spend many days, many months, years to know our constitution. Why? My question to all of you. You say is to someone meaning of our constitution to understand what is it. But that is not very difficult part. If you read your date of birth, your time, you can get a lot. I shall now close this with the hope that you will respect Constitution, and our government shall respect Constitution, our people shall respect Constitution, our all others shall respect Constitution, because it is Constitution that has run this country, not otherwise. So I should say that take care of this. There are so many so many other lanes which are not working, I think. Well, no more time for you. I'll just down close it. थैंक यू वेरी मच जेंटलमैन, आप सबको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आपने कुछ सुना, कुछ देखा भी होगा, पढ़ा भी होगा। एक बात मेरी मान लीजिए, थोड़ा पढ़ लीजिए तो अच्छा होगा। संविधान है आपका, मेरा अकेले का नहीं है। जितना संविधान को जानोगे उतना देश को जानोगे, उतना प्रधानमंत्री क्या है, राष्ट्रपति क्या है, लोकसभा क्या है, राज्यसभा क्या है, असेंबली क्या है, उतना जानोगे। आपके अधिकार क्या है, नहीं है, आपके फर्ज क्या है, क्या नहीं है, कुछ समझ आएगा। फिर आप मेहनत करते हो देश के लिए, पसीना बहाते हो, खून बहाते हो, किस लिए बहाते हो? अगर ये सब इन्हीं लोगों ने करना है तो आज ये कर रहे हैं, इसकी क्या जरूरत है? ये मेरा कहना है। बाकी बाकी कोई बात नहीं है, सब ठीक है। आपका धन्यवाद। जय भारत, जय संविधान।